This week in 1972, Title IX was passed into law and forever changed women's sports. Actually, the world of sports. Originally meant to provide equal opportunity for employment, the law slowly began to level the playing field. Now, 40 years later, that field has grown to the point where it's not uncommon for us to cheer harder for the ladies than the men. Name our best tennis players, and you'll likely hear Venus and Serena. We were thrilled more by Mia Hamm, Julie Foudy, and Brianna Scurry than we were by U.S. men's soccer. The WNBA is in its 16th season. But it's not what Title IX has done for the top athletes that is its greatest legacy. Little girls now have a world of athletes to call heroes and feel it's not only okay, but a goal to be a student athlete. Is it disappointing that many young girls don't even know what Title IX is? Yes, because of those who blaze the trail. But it shows we've come a long way.
She's just a girl and she's on fire, hotter than a fantasy.
Today, lots of girls play sports. But for a long time, girls were not encouraged to kick, throw, run, jump, shoot, slide, or hit like boys. So why did things change? And how much have they changed? Are girls and boys treated equally when it comes to sports? To begin to answer these questions, we have to look back. In 1972, Congress passed a law called Title IX, which protected girls and women from discrimination in schools, colleges, and universities. This included discrimination in school-sponsored sports. At that time, only 15% of college athletes were women, and in high schools, only 7% of athletes were girls. Female athletes didn't get a lot of support either, and often had to provide their own uniforms and equipment. It was Title IX that forced school administrators to make sports more equal.
In the late 1960s, there were over 35,000 undergraduates enrolled at the University of Illinois, with 1/3 being women. Most women majored in education and library science, with very few in engineering and business. The expectation was that women came to college to find a husband, not a career. But change was coming. On campuses across the country, there was growing unrest due to the conflict in Vietnam. In May of 1970, Illinois students organized a campus-wide strike. The anti-war protests grew increasingly violent. The National Guard was called in, and hundreds of people were arrested. As the Vietnam War began winding down, so did the protests. But the strategy of campus organizing remained a potent weapon for change in America. Out of the anti-war movement grew the women's rights movement. Women wanted to change how they were treated under the law and how they were seen by society. But change wasn't easy. Women were judged by their beauty, not by their academic or athletic ability. In 1972, most people didn't realize that Title IX would force universities to give women a chance to succeed in new ways.